Well guys, it's a sad rainy day. I guess you can tell from the title of this video, but she is broken. Like, bad. Like, crazy bad. I somewhat made it look better, but just go ahead and show you guys just a little bit. Do you see that? Well, let me just step back real quick. Do you see my engine is sideways? Like, are you dead ass? Those are aftermarket mounts, and the entire flange just ripped apart. So I'm gonna insert a picture of, you know, when it happened yesterday, right here. So you can see now it's not as tilted because I have it on blocks of wood on the oil pan at the corner, so it's like not in the center, kind of like keeping it safe a little bit. But it is like, it legit, the engine just hit here, like it's just completely on the floor as you saw in the picture. So I know these motors have a recall for excessive vibrations and whatnot. I'm gonna go on and check and see if this car was ever admitted in and fixed for that recall. But I have another suspicion. So if you think about it, excessive vibration, this motor mount's change, it's the same one on that one. You guys can't see, but it's the same one, same brand. But I'm pretty sure the previous owner sold the the transmission mount, the lower mount. So basically, if the motor's like rocking side to side like that, this will just weaken and share apart. So that's my suspicion. Let's go into there and see if what I think is true. I already got the jack ready, but I was going to just do this, and you can see the motor dropping as I'm jacking the car up. Ugh. But I gotta get under there. But yeah, you guys can see, I was going to just look at this without even making a video. But you know, being a YouTuber, you must record your life unless you want everybody to think your life is perfect. Let's just get this. Okay. I don't know if that's aftermarket, but that is silver. Which brand comes silver? But you can see it's not black and red like the ones that are up there. Remember, I can see this one from here. But no, you can see that these aren't the, I guess the brand is called Damond, whatever. So I'll put the name on the screen. But you can see the color choices, they don't have that color choice, which means the previous owner just sold it and left 2 strong mounts and 1 weak mount. And with the motor rotating like this every time you floor it, it weakened that side. I'm pretty sure this side's gonna go as well. Sheared it off, and yeah. So just like that, my axle popped out as well. I just thought it was an axle job, honestly. I honestly just thought it was an axle. But we popped the hood, and it turned out to be more than that. You can see the engine's not even on the wood anymore, so it's resting up on this mount over here. I gotta find it. It's over here. But that's basically the problem. That mount snapped and lost all power, and yeah, so we're gonna be fixing this. These mounts don't go bad. These are polyurethane. Polyurethane mounts don't go bad. So if I was to buy a whole new one, I would still have a fresh bushing here. So we're gonna fix this. All right, so I just gave the previous owner too much credit. He only upgraded that one. He didn't upgrade, or I don't know, he probably had the rear mount, but that's definitely stock now. And I just got my phone down there, so you guys can see. That's most definitely a stock mount down there. Couldn't really get in there to see because I would have to remove the entire battery box. But yeah, that's definitely a stock mount under there attached to the transmission. So what the fuck? So we won't be buying a brand new mount. Let me make sure I let this shit down slowly. It's the engine. Yeah, look at that shit move. Yeah, so we won't be buying a brand new mount. We will be modifying this one. Currently this is a common problem. And if you look at the Steeder mounts is like thick flanges that they use. And this is steel. Just by the tell, like the way it broke, the way it flexes, the way it's rusting right now, that's steel. So I'm gonna make something. And here it is starting to rain again, but I'm gonna make something. So we're gonna get to work on this ST. This ST has been down for a while. Well, for a day. It feels like forever because it's my daily driver. But this ST has been holding me down for over 6 months now. You know, I think it's time to give her a little bit of upgrades. So yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the videos, but we're gonna fix this problem right now. One thing I didn't see what happened, I guess you can see the different colors on the belt right here. This thing severed this coolant overflow hose, so now I'm just gonna cut it off right there and put 2 clamps in between it. Alright guys, so after that whole fiasco with cutting and whatnot, this is my plan. So as you know, I'm pretty sure you guys know, Steeder makes a thicker mount. Let me just pull up an image and show you guys. Alright, so Steeder makes a thicker mount. If you guys can see that, you guys see that thickness of that? See, look at that. If this, I guess Damond, right, so if Damond, what was that, Motorsports, focus, If Damond Motorsports was to make a thicker top flange, we would not be here in the first place. As you guys can see, that's the only way that it mounts right there. You see, this little thin flange, that's what's snapped off, and that's what's there, just upside down. Yeah, so if they were to make a more solid mount, instead of thinking that their little steel was thick enough to support the entire engine for, you know, I guess years and years to come, they should have made it thicker. So, alright, so this is the idea that I have. Done bashing them, because it's just pure fuckery. So, the idea that I have here is to put this flange back together, right? Just like that, so we can bolt it back to the car. And then, I went ahead and made this plate out of 3/16 steel. So the goal with that is, we're going to weld these two together and make it one thick, solid plate. Almost mimicking like what Steeda did, except they use aluminum. So this should double the strength, probably triple the strength. And, you know, this should last for years to come. Yeah, if you guys have Damond Motorsport mounts on your ST or RS, you guys should get rid of that piece of shit. Right, so now that we got this all lined up, and it's still hot, still really hot. Got this all lined up and nice and thick. See, that's the whole idea what I'm doing. So I'm gonna weld these two flanges back together and then weld this fat plate straight on to this plate to double the strength of this flange. And then we'll go in and drill the holes out after we're done. But we're not gonna do it with this Harbor Freight welder. We're gonna take it to a professional welder, because this is my car here. Yeah, I could just buy something new, but no, this is my car. That means it's gonna go through my fabrications and stuff too. So we're gonna get this professionally welded, and yeah, be back when it's done. All right, guys, next day here, and Raymond outdone himself again. All right, another perfect welding job from Raymond at Mariah Welding. I'll put his link in the description below, but sheesh, look at that. This metal's like burnt. It looks like almost titanium like I use, but no, this is regular steel. So now this is solid mount that, you know, Damond should have made from the forefront. So I guess we'll put a little paint on it so it doesn't rust, and put it back together, throw it in the car. That's how it should have been. Super duper thick. Just like that. Sucks when you have to do somebody else's job. But we're not done yet. We gotta undo all the fuckery that this thing caused. So now we gotta get under there, pop back in my axle. Hopefully that's not damaged. And replace this coolant line with, you know, I guess I'll do a hose coupler and 2 clamps, and all my coolant drained out, so might as well flush the whole thing. So let's run to the store and go get a couple things. All right, guys, next day here. And as you can see, we got Mike already starting up the job. Oh no, what you doing? You gotta open it back up, man. We gotta show them. The engine is finally sitting. See, finally sitting back again. Now we just gotta pop back in his axle and change all these fluids. So let's get started.
Should be fun.
All right, so now we're gonna have to pop back in the axle into its little socket kind of housing. See, we lost a little bit of grease, but I checked on the inside. It's fully packed with grease on the inside. Just lost a little bit. It's fine. It's nice and packed up. I don't even want to stick my finger in there, but we got enough grease in there. And basically, we're gonna pop out the axle out of the hub and then put it back together and then pop the axle back in. That seems like the easier way. Hopefully I don't have to remove anything else, but nah, let's just get to it. All right, so we had to pull off a bit more than what we originally thought we had to, but the axle's back in now. Looks a little bit greasy over there. Ugh. Everything's tight, solid, coilover back on. We even changed the tie rod because it was making the wheel click click click, so let's do a new one on there because fuck it, it was free. So all right, so let's put the wheel back on, drain the coolant. Got some oil here too, and let's refresh this car. All right, let's start it up. I don't got much space here. Let's start it up and pour more coolant in. Oh, that exhaust leak is crazy. Oof, that's not good. Yeah, so I just confirmed that when they fell down, it also cracked my downpipe, I guess. So I guess you know what we're getting. All right, let's fill this back up with some more coolant. Let it idle, warm up. All right, idling smooth. Coolant temps are still warming up a bit, but see the radiator is not taking any more fluid, staying at the max level. So I guess it's safe to say we can take this on a little test drive. Alright guys, came back after the test drive. The axle's making a slight tick every like one full rotation of the wheel. I guess I'll figure that out tomorrow. And I hope my pulleys are not messed up, because I don't know if they did hit the side of the block when the engine mount snapped. But everything's good now. As you can see, that engine mount is like super solid. How it should have been from, how it should have been from the factory, from Diamond Mount factory, I guess, whatever. But yeah, that's basically that. So Diamond Mount failure, and but this is not the end of the ST. So now that she's down and she's back up again, she's definitely gonna get a lot of upgrades, like a lot of upgrades. Because I can't drive a car that I don't fully know much about. So now I'm gonna do my research and figure out everything, and mods are coming, trust me, a lot of mods are coming. So I guess I'll just end it off here. She still looks real nice. No crazy lights, no information, heat's on high, which means the coolant's good, coolant temp normal, Oil temp normal, oil pressure normal. So yeah, all right. So forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Forget, never stop modifying. Just been pissed off, man.